All right, easy money. All right, we're gonna hit this. Get warmed up. We just got a little plate on there. Little plate on there, you know. Warm up a little bit. You guys know I like to warm up close on the grip, so get everything pumping. Oh, nice and easy on that first one. Nothing too special. As y'all starting to file in here, we'll start adding some weight. I might have to move the mic. It was bumping into me a little bit while I was lifting. So we're going to do 2 warm-up sets today, though. I'm going to do a second warm-up set. We're going to do like 185 for a quick 7. So nothing extreme, of course. What's up? What's up? How's it going? How's it going? Happy Monday. Monday's a great day, right? Monday is one of my favorite days. A lot of people don't like Mondays. I love Mondays. And the reason I say I love Mondays is because it's my first day back in the gym because I take Sundays off, right? So Sunday's a rough day for me a lot of the time. Sunday is like my roughest day because I don't get to get in there and lift something. It is legitimate. If you're a gym rat, you'll understand it, you know. So those rest days take a lot more effort out of me than going to the gym. So sounds counterintuitive. Yep. All right. We should be good and warm now. We should be good and warm now. We still got a lot of warm up left to do. We got 225. We'll warm up with 225, 245, maybe 265, and then we'll jump up into the 3s. It's the way I like to do things, you know. It's the way I like to do things. This jacket makes me look significantly heavier than I am. I feel like I look like $190, 200 pounds in this jacket. I'm right at like $178 right now. But we got just a little P Diddley 225 on here for the moment. You know what I'm saying? Just some toddler weight, and then we'll throw up some actual weight after this. We're gonna do this for a triple. Do this for a triple. Continue our warm-ups. So far, I done 135 for 7, 185 for 7. We'll hit this for 3. We'll feel good after that, right? So, all right, let's hit it. Still going to maintain the close grip until I don't want to anymore, because that's, you know, how I do things normally. Oh, yeah, nice and light. Easy work. Oh, felt good. Felt good, felt great. You know what I'm saying? Felt good, felt great. What's up, Eric? You did something today that would terrify me. Cardio? Cardio? Let me guess, it's cardio. Let's add some more weight. And if that's the case, I've got a lot of questions for you. We don't do cardio around here. We don't do cardio around here.
So now they go.
I would probably, yeah. German volume training. Sounds like cardio. That's what happens when you do cardio. You have pains. You don't like pain, right? Cardio, highest risk of injury in the gym, all right? For me, at least. 10 sets of 10. Okay. All right. I'm good on that. I am good on the 10 sets of 10. 1 set of 10, and I'm done, you know?
Yeah.
Do you just do the one exercise, or is it for every extra? It's like multiple exercises. Because 10 sets of 10 for one exercise still sounds awful, but you know I could see doing something like that for like bench or squats or something. You know, still not going to, but I could see it. Yeah. All right. What we got in here now? Just like it's like 240, or we have 230, 235. Nothing heavy. We're gonna do this for a double, and then we'll actually start playing with some actual weight here in a minute. So just one of the exercises per workout. All right. I would do that at the end of the workout if I was going to implement something like that. What's up? What's up? What's going on, Drake? All right, let's add some actual weight to the bar. Well, we said we're going to do another warm-up set, but I want to do a little bit heavier warm-up. So let's add 50. So let's go 275 for this next single, and then that'll be our warm-ups done. That should be our warm-ups done after the 275. Me every time. All right. All right, another warm-up rep. Easy little 275, and then we'll put some adult weight on there. All right, let's get it. Feels good. Feels good. All right, let's add some. Let's go 315. I'm waiting for it, Eric. I'm waiting for that day. Y'all are all invited for a workout. All right, every single one of y'all. Every single one of y'all are invited for a workout. All right, let's get it. I say that now until like 100 people show up. There's a limit. The first 10. We'll do a group workout. All right. $245s. I need way more than 245s. I feel like I could, with 2 minutes of rest between sets, I could do like sets of 10. As we're talking about sets of 10, I do sets of 10 all day with 2 minutes of rest between sets. I mean, 5 hours straight probably. 245s, 135. I mean, you know, that's like I feel like I got that for a good little while before I'll start to burn out. That being said, I am very warm in this jacket at the moment. We can do 225. I'll be down. I struggle not to add weight to the bar. Like it doesn't feel good when I don't add weight to the bar. I gotta add weight to the bar sometimes. All right, we got 315. Nothing extreme. We're gonna hit this, and then we will talk about possibly moving up from there, or I don't know what we'll do. I don't know if y'all saw the other night, we went to 345 with a lot of heavier sets or heavier singles in between. So I did I think we did 350. Well, I did a bunch of leading up. We did like 135, 225, 245, 55, 65, 85, 300, 305, I think, 315, 320, 325, and like 330, 335, 340. I don't think I recorded everything, but I went all the way to like 345, like 5-10 pound jumps Saturday night. And by the time I hit 345, it was moving slow. So that felt good. It felt good to find that moment where it's like, all right, this is boom. Like that was all the effort. I think if I had jumped, definitely still had, another 10 pounds, 15 pounds in the tank if I hadn't done all those leading reps. But all right, let me take this mic off. I'm going to take this sweater off That way I don't burn up, you know. All right, guys, we're back. We're back. Couple of dog hairs on my shirt. Come on now. Hold on, I gotta hit a button. Sponsored T-shirt. I don't have a sponsored T-shirt. I have the Black Label sponsor right now. Black Label supplements. If you want Black Label supplements, CL20 is my code. So that's who my sponsor is currently. They'll give you a discount too. But yeah. So, but no T-shirts at the moment. I don't have any. I have T-shirts. They're mine. You know, like my own creation. But I also made a new mug recently, but it wasn't related to my channel. I just really liked the idea, so I made a new mug. So if you check my merch store out, you can see my new mug. It's literally the only thing on the merch store right now is that mug, because I discontinued everything else. Because I hadn't done anything with it in a while. It was all old stuff. But that new mug is great. I have a tank on, Eric, underneath this, but I have, we go in layers, right? We go in layers. You don't want to, I do feel like I got a pretty good pump going, but we go in layers. All right, I think we got enough rest on that last one. So let's go ahead and hit this 315. Let's go ahead and hit this 315. Let me clean my glasses. Ah, I can see. All right, let's hit it. All right, just 315. We're gonna get this nice and smoothly. Nice and slow, a little touch and go. Try not to do any momentum. I am prepping because I'm doing more comps this year, and I've been doing a lot of momentum work. We might do. That wasn't bad. We're gonna probably make big jumps today. If we're gonna for 350 today, maybe. Let me see what 320 and 325 feel like, and we'll know. 345 didn't feel terrible the other night, so it felt pretty. It was slow, but it didn't feel bad. It didn't feel heavy. It just felt like it should have moved faster. The 345 Saturday night, but I knew that was my fault for all those climb reps. What's up? Welcome back. Yeah, so you're right, Eric. I would do that. So normally I like to warm up differently for my singles, for my PRs. So I've done that before, or I unrack and re-rack. Just get used to the weight. But I haven't done it in a while. I probably could. I know comfortably I can unrack 405 very comfortably. I've had 405 on the bar, and I've had it to my chest before, but obviously didn't hit it, or else everybody and their mother would know. You know what I'm saying? That would have been all over the internet. I would have made sure of it. What's up, Micah Cooper?
I appreciate you.
Yeah, so I've had it on the bar. I've unracked it. I've had it to my chest. It didn't go back up, obviously, but that wasn't the intent of it. But I am a big proponent for your body needs to experience things sometimes, so it needs to experience holding that weight to get comfortable. Because when you unrack a new weight, it always feels it can feel really heavy, even if it's movable, right? Or even for some people, it could be intimidated by moving that kind of weight if it's their first time. I believe you will, Eric, 100%. But nah, my pecs don't tear, boss. All right. One of the perks of being natural, you don't have those kind of problems. So it's uncommon with natural lifters to have serious tearing, unless you're doing something completely wrong. It's more common with lifters that don't condition well because they're progressing so quickly. A lot of the time, that's because they're on extracurricular supplements, non-natural supplements, and their muscles, recover and rebuild and get really, really strong. But then, like, things that take more time and condition rather than get stronger, they more like condition to that. They don't keep up. We did one so far. We did one of the coffin style, the Larson presses. We did that at not mine, Newport. We did 275. We did 275, but we'll probably go back to 315 and do it later. So. That's an interesting question, Eric. So, I've never been asked that before, Eric. I'm gonna go. So yes, I would say caffeine's a natural supplement. Unnatural thought process, though, to inject it in. It's an unnatural thought process, but it is a natural supplement. No, you don't need one, Newport, but if your conditioning is proper, you shouldn't be getting pec tears if you're doing things properly. Like, if you're training and conditioning properly naturally, you should have a much lower risk of tearing, like extremely low, unless you have other like underlying issues or injuries from the past. But look at all those people that you see online getting tears and having serious injuries. It's either they're overshooting by a significant margin, they are doing something completely incorrect, like super wide on the bench, maybe you could increase your risk, or like super heavy on the full extension, like preacher curls. Like, there's always some underlying factor. It's not doing, your standard movements properly at a reasonable weight for your body. So, yeah, it's exactly what it is, Eric. You get stronger faster than everything else can keep up. I'm telling you what, the glasses are my vibe, all right? There's a certain level of strength where you're allowed to wear or dress however you want, or wear glasses, and no one can say anything to you. I actually enjoy my glasses. I've had my glasses since, all jokes aside, I've had my glasses since I was in kindergarten, since I was 5 years old. I could get contacts. I could have got contacts a long time ago. Could have got laser surgery. I like my glasses. Depends on the job. Honestly, most of the time it's just about, it depends if it's, how do I explain it? For most job interviews, in my experience, as long as you show up well-dressed and on time, the rest is just being personable. Try and make a connection while you're doing the interview. Usually works best for me. Usually works best for me. What's up? I love these glasses. So I've always been a big fan of like the rectangular frames. I've also gotten to a point in my life. So I've had really nice pairs of glasses, and these are actually nice. I like these. These are the little metalish frames, like the stainless steel frames. But I've gotten to the point in my life where I don't buy expensive glasses anymore, because working in a gym environment and being constantly active, these get abused. Abused. The most I'm willing to spend on a pair of glasses now, I think $100 is most I'll spend, and that's if I'm getting some decent glasses with the metal frames. Lenses, I don't care. They'll get scratched. I stopped paying a lot of money for my glasses a long time ago because I realized that they all break the same speed. And if anybody is paying enough attention to your glasses to know what you're wearing, they're way too close to your face. So, yeah, it felt pretty good. It felt pretty good quarter gym. That was actually 325. 325 was that one. We're going to add another 5 pounds to it. We're going to go 330. 325 didn't feel bad. See, we got an extra little plate here on the side. Kind of hard to see. They blend in. They blend in. Here, I'll turn the camera just ever so slightly. All right. We're going to add another like 5 pounds to it, and we'll see how that feels. What? This isn't my favorite bench to bench heavy on as well. So how am I strong? I work out a lot. It does a lot, Kevin. It does. How do you are you being facetious, or are you just like, what are we doing here? Because 1 rep is going to be big on not only building muscle mass, but it's also really, really good at building strength. 1 rep, like movements, multiple in a session, right, are going to help you build not only the size of your muscle, but also the strength, right? And I mean, I'm proof of that. You know, I'm my own evidence. So I weighed in earlier in my jacket, so I'm probably about 177 right now, give or take, because I was 170, almost one. I was like right at 180, like 0.1 away from 180 in the jacket. So I'm probably about 177 right now. What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome. How's it going, Nathan? All right, we've got 330 on here. I don't know, man. You got to go check out my my physique show. I have a physique showing. I have 2 of them on my channel actually. I go to the most recent one. A lot of people like to see recent stuff, so I'm doing all right. Doing all right. I'm just not. I don't have a lot of body fat. I don't have a lot of body fat. So, mind you guys, I ballpark around the single digit, like the highest I go year round is 10%. And 10% is a high shot for most of the year for me. I have very, very dense muscle. And it's on purpose. The way I train is specific to that purpose, right? I don't train to, I don't eat to get like large body weight wise unless it's muscle. Like I'm eating a lot of lean proteins all the time. I eat a lot of carbs, but I also work those carbs off, if that makes sense. There's like 8 benches in here, man. There's actually 3 empty that are flat. There's 3 empty flat benches currently behind me. I'm definitely not 15 to 18%. I've never measured higher than 14% ever in my life. The highest I've ever actually measured, I want to say was like 13. And I had a large meal on my stomach, and after measuring the next day empty, I was back down to like 9. We've measured on live. We've measured live. What did I hit when we measured live? Was I 7.5 or 8.5%? So I have proof. We ain't looking to squat. No squats. We might squat later. I feel like you need to go check out the physique showing. You got to realize that a lot of the time you're seeing these bodybuilders and these Instagram influencers and everything else that are bodybuilding and are looking for physique work. It's a lot of lighting that goes into making that stuff show the way it does. I have some stuff in that type of lighting. You can go and check it out. You'll see the difference, right? These intense overhead lights that I'm normally under wash you out pretty bad. But I'm not concerned. If I was 10%, 15%, 18%, I wouldn't care. I just want to lift heavy. That's all it is. Then you're not leaner than me, Karim. I'm not saying that in a mean way, but you're not leaner than me if you're there. So I feel like you guys are underestimating how little body fat I carry. I have visible abs year round. Visible abs year round, which with visible abs you have to be generally under 15%. I have visible abs year round. So it's going to be hard to tell via YouTube Live. That's not where you need to judge someone's body fat percentage. I'm not super concerned about it, to be honest. But I don't carry any fat on my back. That's 330. Well, then you're not 18%. And depending on the scale, a lot of them do measure. So when you guys are measuring your body fat, let me give you some pro tips, right? So when you're measuring your body fat, you should be measuring it in the same conditions every time. And you should be normally hydrated, right? You shouldn't have a heavy meal on your stomach because it can actually make differences in how much muscle that the scales measure and also how much body fat that they measure. Because it uses a resistance, electrical resistance. So it sends like a signal to your body and it measures how quickly it moves from point to point in your body, right? So if you're not measuring properly, you could be measuring high or low, right? If you're dehydrated, you might measure higher. Whereas if you're overhydrated or overfed at the time, you could be measuring high. Does that make sense? So. %. So I'm certified in nutrition training. I've measured over the course of the last 6 years, I've probably measured over 200, 300 people on a scale doing body fat measurements. They can be wildly inaccurate if not done properly. So I do my physique showings from a different gym. This gym doesn't appreciate it as much because there's a lot of people here and it's kind of a more publicly gym. But I literally just did a physique showing, like literally just did one. I've done multiple this year. But I mean, I'm not here to prove whether or not I'm, 10%, 8%, 15%. Honestly, guys, if I was 20%, but my bench was 30 or 40 pounds higher right now, I'd give that. I would be okay with that. At no point in my life have I ever, I have never really cared. If I didn't have visible abs, I wouldn't be mad either. So it's not something I'm concerned about on a regular basis. So. So your stand on scales with your handles and stuff are generally accurate if done properly, but they are wildly inaccurate if done improperly. I've seen people, so I had a client, he got on and he measured, I can't remember the exact measurement, but he measured like 3 or 4 pounds under our expectation on muscle when he stepped on the scale, right? And I was like, I wonder why. And we found out why later on. I won't go into detail on why he actually measured like low. He had messed up some stuff dietary wise. It was a thing. We were just starting back. So I was like, okay, that's not kind of where I expected you to be. So let's figure out what we got to do. And this is over the course of months that this happened, right? We weren't training and stuff like that. So we expected it to drop, but the expectation, he was lower than I expected. But I was like, I want to see how much the scale changes post-workout. So we went and worked out. We did our workout. He had a little bit of water. He had a snack after the workout, the protein snack, if I'm not mistaken. And he stepped back on, and he was actually 5 pounds more muscle measured with food on his stomach post-workout with the exact same scale within an hour. So when I tell you all the conditions have to be perfect, they have to be perfect. So they have to be perfect. I would say that most people, when measuring their body fat, most people that are in the gym measuring their body fat and have been working out, you're probably almost universally measuring 1 to 2% high on average if you're doing it generally right, right? Because it's one of those things that liquid makes a big difference on your measurements. Empty stomach in the morning, maybe a light snack and a little, like a sip of water, right? You don't want to be dehydrated unless you're like prepping for a show when you know you're going to be in those conditions, right? If you know those are going to be the conditions that you know you're going to be under those conditions for a show, then you might want to go in on a completely empty stomach. That's your preference. But I tend to weigh in with just a little bit of water, a little bit of food. Yeah, and once you do it, you have to do it exactly the same way every time. Otherwise, your measurements aren't going to be accurate over time. Same thing with body weight. When I measure in the morning, if I weigh myself in the morning on a regular scale, I will weigh in 2 to 3 pounds lighter on average than I do mid-afternoon, right? And I'll tell you what, if I'm going into a powerlifting meet, I'll weigh in, hold on, let me grab some weights, guys. I gotta grab some weights. Let me grab a couple of these ones. All right, you ain't paying no mind. Leave it alone. All right, let's grab these. All right. We did a lot of climbing here, but we should have this just fine. Body fat percentage of people who place well in powerlifting. Yes. So there's exceptions to that though, Eric. Yeah, they're wrong consistently. So, Karim, I've had multiple measurements and multiple different variations of measurement over the years, and they're always right around or under 10%. Like 8% to 10% is my average year round. I don't say that lightly, right? So, because I don't care that much to do it, but because we've had so many questions about it in the past, we went through like a week or a month where we were measuring my body fat consistently in different methods to find out, right? Because at one point I was measuring as low as 4.5%. Now, mind you, I was extremely light at the time, right? I've been as light as 117 pounds body weight within the last 7.5, 8 years. So I take care of this. I don't think you understand. So there's a couple different factors that go into that, Karim. So when people are saying they're 8% and then showing off their physique, generally they're showing it off in a state where they're at minimal hydration as well. And that makes a big difference. When I don't have any water in my system, it's night and day. And heavy salts, things like that, it's night and day. Also, if you don't care about the lighting, that's one thing, but lighting makes a huge difference. Shadowing makes a huge difference. But if you're happy with how you look, who cares? Yeah, it's not as shredded as everybody seems to think it is. It's one of those things that like social media has hyped it up. Single digit body fat from like 8 to 10%. I've had multiple clients reach or that started lower than that, and they weren't starving. Now, once you get 5% or less, you are starting to talk about very, very intricate levels of eating, right? Or to the point where it's unhealthy, or would be considered unhealthy for most. That's where you start to reach those really, really, really kind of dangerous extremes. So, like I said, I've been 4.5%, 4.7%. I was 4.7. Let's get that right. At my lowest body fat percentage. And I didn't feel good. I didn't feel crap, but I didn't know what feeling good meant. So let me get this weight though, guys. Should I grab a spot for this one, you guys think? I think it'll be all right, right? It's just a little 335. It ain't nothing too heavy. All right. Yeah, I don't think we need a spot. That'd take too long. Ugh. Ugh. I bumped the rack. I see you. Don't worry. I see you. Don't spam. Don't spam. I see you, Rich. Don't worry. I bumped the rack on the way up. It almost threw me off, guys. Almost got me. Almost got me. Lightweight. That's how it goes. Another thing to take into account, guys, is muscle, like the type of muscle that you're building, like the way your muscle is on your body. So genetics play a role into that too, right? Some people, the fiber of their muscle shows a little bit more, or I wouldn't say fibers. Their muscle is a little bit more showy, right? You can have a lot of muscle and not have, not look, you know, like a bodybuilder. Does that make sense? I do have visible abs, but I've seen people that have very low body fat percentages that don't have visible abs. And they're getting advanced measurements done. So, how's it going?
Can I get a spot again?
Can't at the moment.
No, it's about like 5-10 minutes.
I should be able to. Yeah, yeah. As long as I'm still here, just come grab me. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Hold on. On walking lunges, corner versus leg definition. I love walking lunges, actually. I'm a big fan. Not for me personally, but for my clients, 100%. Yeah, so also that is something, Eric, that a lot of people don't talk about. There's a reason why people go and get spray tans when they go to bodybuilding shows, right? The problem, like with me, I'm reflective to an extent, right? Like when I have high intensity lights on me, my skin tone reflects the light, which can wash you out. That's why you get washed out. So proper lighting is super important, but even with proper lighting, those high intensity lights hit. Like I've got a couple photos. I've tried doing photo work with my back and shoulders. And because I'm constantly, you know, your back isn't facing the sun when you're driving, you know, I'm constantly in a gym, you know, during the winter, literally the flash of the light or the flash of the cameras reflect off my back. It looks like one big bright flash. The lighting has to be perfect. And can't have flash photography when I'm shooting my shoulders. My shoulders are like neon. It's so bad. 5% is tough, but I mean, it's doable. Oh, 100%. What's up? What's up? Yeah, I have to go back and usually edit the exposure for that kind of stuff if it's like really bad. I've had it where it doesn't help actually, where the camera just, or the exposure level doesn't help at all. And I'm like, man, I was like, I should really, at one point it was tempting for me to start doing like a very, very, very light tan, like artificially, for that specific purpose. But you guys know me, I'm a health nut, right? So it's one of those things of like, it's not great for you. So, all right, we're gonna take about 30 more seconds. We got 340 on here right now. We're gonna hit this. Let me double count. Let me count it one more time just to make sure I've got what I think I got on there. 315, 325, 35, 340. So we got 340 on here now. We're gonna hit this for a single. So yeah, so there is some benefits if you're doing it naturally, but the problem is, so during the summer, I get the farmer's tan, like, because I'm out with my chickens or I'm doing stuff outside the house. But nothing here. Torso doesn't get a tan, right? So the torso generally gets left out of that. So luckily, I'm pretty hairy, so it's not noticeable. All right, let me grab a spot for this one. Who are we gonna have spot me? This is within about 20-25 pounds of my PR, so let's grab a quick. I'm very picky about my spot. Why? I'm trying to get the strongest person in the gym to spot me. I said spot me. I meant spot. All right. He can't hear me. He doesn't understand I'm asking for a spot. He thinks I want him to bench, which is fair because I try and get him to bench with me all the time. That person in particular has denied every bench request ever. I think he's benched me once. He's got headphones on, so he thinks I want to bench. I am benching. But just need a spot. But I'm not going to go over there and bother him anymore. You spot me quick? Yeah, if you can spot me. I'm just going to get a single. I'll let you know if I need any help. I'm just going to get a single. I'll let you know if I need any help. Just one, yeah. I mean, it feels really good maybe, but I don't think it's going to feel that good today.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yep. I appreciate you. Yeah, Eric. Whew. That one felt a little bit heavier. I'm gonna do it again. I had that, but it'd be like that. It felt fine, actually. I should have been more specific. Yeah, I think so. I think you did. It'd be like that sometimes. It's not a PR attempt, so I'm not super upset about it. It happens. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. We're gonna do it again. Probably. It'd be like that sometimes. It's not a big deal. I wasn't specific either, so. But now I can go blame my buddy over there. Yeah, it happens, guys. It happens. Ugh. I did have it, though. 100% know I had it. All right. We're going to do a drop set, actually. Oh. I know, Eric. I understand it. It surprises people. I think he thought I needed a lift off. And so I think he just didn't understand what I was asking for. I think he thought I wanted this spot. I think that's what it was. I think he assumed that I wanted help through the lift. I should have been specific. I should have talked about it, but I'm just going to do a couple singles with 315, Eric. I don't feel like looking for a spotter, Eric, I'm going to be honest. I'm not big on lift-offs. Because of the competitions, the lift-offs throw me off. Because once you get into competition, I don't take lift-offs in comps. I don't take lift-offs in the gym. Mostly because when people hand the weight off to you, I feel like it adds to the lift, right? It makes it feel heavier. Do it for 5. If I had a spotter, I might give that a shot. Maybe 3. If I had a spot. 3 is about, I think we've done 4. 315 for 4 before, right? I think it's the most we've done on stream at least. Hey, what's up? Welcome back. Yeah, it's been a long time. Been a long time. I could do that, but it wasn't, and I'm not gonna. One thing I don't do is I don't lie, right? So I have a stand on that I don't lie to anybody. So I have no reason to. Even about small stuff. We do a few singles here on our drops. So oxygen tank in the car. You know, that's something I've never seen. I've never seen anybody bring oxygen to the gym. I know that at one point people were using what is the canned oxygen, the O2 boost cans. You know what I'm talking about? I know people were buying those at one point. I'm not going to. But I've seen it. I've seen that, and then I've seen the opposite, where people get the masks that make it seem like the altitude masks. I used to know a guy that ran in one. He lifted and ran in an altitude mask. He always seemed out of breath, and that's fair because he was an altitude mask. So, all right, let's get another single here. Whoa, we're gonna get one more of those. Kevin, you're very back and forth. You're very back and forth. I've seen that. Who did that? There was a YouTuber I watched that tried that. What is his name? Which one was it? God, who was it that did it? Someone did that where they tested it. I can't remember who it was. I can't remember who I was watching. Someone tested it. A YouTuber I watched tested it. I don't remember which lifter it was. But supposedly it works. Supposedly it works. But there was like a tool for it. Like he had an actual implement for it to like cool your hands off, specific to lifting. Was it Tennyson? Tennyson might have done it. I feel that. You'll bring an icicle in. I don't have icicles to work with here. I could bring like a cube of ice, you know, like one of the spherical cubes. Just keep it in my pocket. Just keep it in my pocket. Little spherical cube of ice. Ugh. But yeah, he did a bunch of like methods for making you lift heavier that on that video, if I'm not mistaken. I am training properly, Kevin. I'm doing well. I appreciate it though. I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. I don't know if you know a lot of people doing a double body weight bench naturally that don't train properly. If you do, you need to start training like them because you're training improperly. God, you know, the amount of people that come in here and tell me I'm doing something incorrect, almost always have very little knowledge when it comes to lifting. It's crazy. Yep. So training in the cold, I have mixed feelings about it because mind you guys, I don't have a lot of body fat. Therefore, I tend to suffer in cold environments. You know what? Actually, that's not true. That's not true. I'm being a little bit inaccurate there. I do well when it's not windy. All right. If it's windy and cold, I freeze up. I don't freeze up, but I get cold. I get cold quick with wind, like that wind chill effect. But like static cold, I can stand in static cold all day. And I think that's the difference with the muscle, right? Muscle helps insulate, but body fat's good when it comes to like wind chill. And I feel like that's the case. No, that was definitely a rep, Darth. I don't know what you're talking about. I've done a lot of reps. I went up to 340 today, Darth. And then we did what? 135, 185, 250, 225, 235, 275, 315, 320, 325, 335, and 340. And then we did 315 for 3 singles. And then we're about to do 225 for 7. So I don't know where you're getting that information, Dark, because that sounds like a lot of reps. And they were all done. That's the best part, is they were all done. All right, let's finish up this bench though. Let's get it. All right, let's have some fun. Just some lightweight work. Nothing super heavy. Who needs legs? Do you ever get depressed from the haters? No. I bench more than all of them. Why would I get depressed? Why would I get depressed? My bench is higher than theirs. I'm gonna be honest. So the real answer to that, right, is it gets tiring to answer the same comments over and over again sometimes when it comes to the haters. But it makes, I was gonna say the supporters make up for it. You were correct. But it's one of those things of like, I mean, I'm hitting the goals that I want to hit, so why would I be concerned with their opinions? And then I go home, and on my wall behind my computer, on my desk, is a bunch of shiny gold medals. So that always cheers me up. those always cheer you up a good bit. You know what I'm saying? My wall of victory. We're gonna go curl. All right, let's head this way. So I finished out last week with, I did hammers the last time we streamed. So what are we doing today? Shouldn't do hammers today. I might, you know what? I might now, Eric. I wasn't gonna, but I might now. We're not doing hammers though. We already did hammers. We'll do cables. Is cables fine? Is cables fine? No, they're all first place. Oh, I do have 1 second place and I think 1 third place, but everything else is first place. So the vast majority of them are gold. So all the way to the state championship, actually. It's a great time. I did take silver in the second place in the state championship. So, you know, I got to do better. So all together at that state championship, there was probably, state championships generally have a lot of people at them, and I definitely had more than that in my weight class. I don't remember how many it was, I'll be honest. If I told you a number, I'd be guessing. and I don't like guessing. So, but generally my weight class has a few people in it for every single meet. There's not a lot of times that I'm competing by myself. It has happened. I think my first competition ever, I competed alone. It was sad. But I set 2 records in that federation during that meet. So, you know, I can't be too mad about it. That was my first one ever though. And I was doing bench only in an odd weight class. So it made sense. I didn't know what to expect that time either. So it was kind of okay. But that's been years. So, let me take the jacket back off. I meant to put it down over there on the little desky thing, but I forgot. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, I feel good. I'm gonna try and get it to where y'all can see the block. I don't want to include people in the shot if I don't have to. I try not to. Try and be courteous. I'm sweating. Hold on, guys. I don't like sweating. Gotta grab my microphone. So most of the competitions I compete in, we have anywhere total lifters is generally right around 80 to 120 total lifters. I've competed in another federation that had a lot less. So depending on the federation you're competing with, it could be significantly less competitors. I've competed in federations that the average is like 30 to 40 people. But then I've competed in federations that the average is a lot higher, right? All natural federations for me. If you go into the federations that aren't 100% natty and they don't care as much, you might get some more competitors because there's a lot of unnatural lifters, which is fine. I don't care. So. No, we are natural. We are natural here. We know that. Don't spread falsehoods. We don't spread falsehoods. Full stack. Full stack. See if we can get the full stack in the shot. Boom. There we go. Yeah. Felt good. Felt good. All right, let's go do some shoulders. Let's do some shoulders. I see assumption when anybody lifts heavy, all right? When anybody lifts heavy, everybody wants to assume you're doing unnatural things. Oh, it's just heavy enough. Actually, probably could have gone a little heavier, to be honest. Could have gone a little heavier. Boom. All right, shouldies, guys. We got shouldies next. All right. We got like a couple of 10s and a 45 on here. That should be fine to warm up. Hold on. I'm gonna be okay. I know what I'm doing. Professional. I'm a professional. That's what I do for a living. Yeah, pre is not meant for children. Just a pro tip. Pre can be intense. I'm actually 2 scoops deep on my pre right now. Probably should try 3, right? 3 scoops next time. No, I'm literally a professional. I'm literally, like, by definition, a professional. Like, certified, actively training full time. People pay me. Like, I'm like, by definition, every sense of the word, professional, trainer, nutritionist, lifter. Welcome to the channel. Well, I'm not a bodybuilder would be the first thing I'd mention. So I have a feeling you're not a professional. I know a lot of pro card holders, and none of them come into the stream acting like that. They also don't make assumptions. I work out with pro card holders. Thank you very much. And none of them are as aggressively upset about my lifting as you. I'm a power lifter and a professional trainer. And it sounds like you feel like you have something to prove. Maybe you should go prove it on stage and not in my stream chat. C4 can be intense for, especially, well, in that case, they shouldn't be taking it at all, but C4 can be intense for someone that hasn't tried pre-workout before, but it's generally a more mild pre-workout. You are correct. It is bodybuilding, Rich. He's here embarrassing himself. That's okay. He can't back out now, right? Yeah, it's good. I used so before I was taking the Black Label stuff, my go-to a lot of the time was C4. I took a lot of C4. So. It's crazy though, Eric. He's an IFBB pro. I imagine if someone checked it on his channel, I imagine there's not much content, which you think someone that does professional bodybuilding and has a pro card probably has a lot of content. But I can almost tell you, like, let's say 50% surety that he has very little, if any, proof. That's how it usually goes. Very angry. So scary. It's not what we're here for, boss. Watch this. All right. Watch this, watch this. 10 out of 10. You should always rate yourself a 10 out of 10 at all times. So J-Stack 1488. You're on a 60-second timeout. I want you to think about your actions. When you come back, do better. Be a nicer person when you come back. What's up, Brian? Welcome back. I have a physique showing. If you're interested in that, you can go to my channel. It's in my shorts. Just look up physique showing in my shorts. You'll see an actual physique shoot. No proper lighting. Not on 4,000 calories. Oh. That's how it goes. We're not here for that. We're here to have a good time. This is a good vibe place, you know what I'm saying? It's a good vibe place. It's a good vibe place. I'm not looking for, a bunch of fuss. When they're fussing at me is one thing, right? It's something's going to happen. You have to be accepting of that. It's something you have to learn to deal with when you're live. But when you're starting to fuss at my friends here in the stream chat, it's different. So it's different. Let's get it. All right, we got 3 plates aside, so it's 135 a hand plus the 10 standard, so you're looking at 145 a hand. Obviously at an angle, and we have some mechanical assistance. I say that because someone will be like, it's not actually 145. It is 145, just different. But there is a mechanical advantage to machines, obviously. We're gonna grab 3 of these. If my forearm gets any bigger compared to the rest of my body, like my arms are already like nearly torso sized. All right. Like I've got just a little bit of space left before my arms are larger than my torso. And I'm a bench specialist. That's a problem. All the bodybuilders are in here today, or wannabe bodybuilders are in here today. It's great. No one ever reads the channel name. It's crazy. No one ever reads the channel name. Hey, Kevin's back. My favorite pre-workout. So it changes week to week, honestly. I really like the Black Label. I'm going to say that, and it's not just because they're just really strong. But I would say my all-time favorite, #1 pre-workout I've ever had. And if Black Label wants to get upset that I said this is what it is. I love Black Label stuff. But my all-time favorite pre-workout, and it's not made anymore, was C4's Dynasty, right? They don't make it anymore. They changed the recipe. There's a reason I don't take C4 anymore. It's the reason I switched. The C4 Dynasty was the strongest pre-workout I've ever had. You would sweat just drinking it. Like, that's how strong it was. So I'm an honest person. Wish I could just say, yes, Black Label and run with it. But Black Label makes an awesome product, and I really love the stuff I've taken so far. But C4 Dynasty was next level. It's amazing. If I could get another jar, I'd get another jar. But I can't. 2 scoops of the Black Label will hold me over there. The effect. I know it happens, Daniel. It happens a lot. People get upset when they see other people being great. All right, we're gonna single here. Or it's one of those things that's kind of sad because I come here and I try and motivate other people, but I know it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So, well, remember, just be your best self, and you're doing well in life. All right. The best version of you is all you can hope to achieve. We got one more of those. But it's also, it comes from a place of they're not quite they don't pay attention. That's the word I'm looking for. They don't pay attention. We have a lot of people that come in here that raise a fuss, right? And they don't realize that, number one, it's not a bodybuilding stream. It's a powerlifting stream. And number two, that the only thing they're doing is wasting their own time. So I'm still going to do exactly what I'm doing and be my best. I live wholeheartedly by the idea of I do exactly what I want to do and enjoy my life. And other than that, I don't have anything else to worry about. So, I mean, I'm doing well. I live my best life at all times. I live my best life at all times. And that's not me just saying that. I do. I legitimately live my best life. So, yeah. I get to come in, I get to work and work out in one of my favorite places, which is the gym. And then I go home and I've got, a whole family waiting on me. I don't have much to complain about in life. And I have a 365-pound bench. I'm feeling good all the time. We do high reps from time to time. It's rare though. With the powerlifting, it's not something I do super often. But we got to go do some triceps, guys. So we're gonna go do some triceps. No more than 7 typically. A lot of singles and doubles. Man, I'm still just here doing me, right? Just still here doing me. I'd be happy to give you some pointers, Rich. I don't know if I can teach you how to do it. I can definitely help you out where I can, So, no injuries, no injuries. The closest I've ever been to what you call an injury is probably when I had like a tweak in my lat at one point. It slowed me down a little bit, but I recovered pretty quick. It wasn't really an injury. It was more of just like a, like a little pull or something. Very minor, very minor. I don't. Has Mark been here since? I think Mark came in last week for like 20 or 30 minutes. All right, I need something to do triceps with. No, all you, all you.
I usually tell my age. I'm gonna tell him about that spill.
My ego got hurt one time. Eventually recovered. Still trying to recover, boss. It was they're still trying to get my ego, man. They go for it every stream, boss. They go for every stream. It doesn't seem to work. One day they'll figure it out. No, they won't. They won't. I say that, but they won't. We've had people trying to hit me in the ego for like over a year, and still doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, a lot of the time it's just, overshooting early, About 300 grams of protein a day, between 4,500 and 5,000 calories at the moment. So it's about my average. Three grams per ounce of body weight. That's about right. Uh, 300, not 350. That's overkill, man. No, it's about 300. It's about 300 grams of protein a day. 300 grams of protein a day. It's the glasses, man. It's the glasses. 300 grams of protein a day. I have a very lean diet. I need a lot of protein. I need a lot of protein. Hey, we're about to do full stack now. This is our last one for the day, though, so. I eat a lot of carbs. So anything that I said as far as calories that aren't coming from protein, so I get 300 grams of protein, probably equates to, 30, there's probably about 1,000 to 2,000 calories, let's say 1,500 calories worth of carbs in my diet, give or take. I don't track it like carb for carb, protein for protein. I know generally how much I take in. It might be 290 tomorrow, it might be 310 on the protein, it might be 5,000 calories, it might be 5,100. But it's around 1,500 calories, sometimes as much as 2,000 calories in carbs, depending on the day and what I'm doing. And the rest is always almost completely proteins. Mind you, I don't eat any vegetables other than potato. I eat potatoes. Do those count? I do 2 liters of water a day. 2 liters of water a day. Trying to block that light. Two more. Ooh, I'm starting to feel it. One more. One more. There we go. 1.5, right? All right. So that is the day, guys. That is the day. So I'm thinking about this time next year, I should not have a neck anymore. Yes, I'm natty. I shouldn't have a neck anymore. That's the goal, is to have it where my head's like this, right? Once I'm here, my shoulders are big enough. That was my third set of those, Handle. Welcome to the stream. This is my third set right after shoulders. Eagle lifting is the best way to lift, Handle. It's the best way to lift. It's the only way to lift. Only people that complain about people lifting heavy that aren't themselves are people that are upset that the person's lifting heavier than them. I am close. I am close. If I can get it to where I no longer can see my neck, we'll be winning, right? We'll be winning. We're almost there. We're almost there. I don't eat junk food at all. I don't eat a lot of added sugars. I almost don't eat any added sugars. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I'm very experienced. I don't eat any sugar, like any candies. I don't drink any like sweetened beverages other than my pre-workout. And that's sweetened with like sucralose. If I do have any sweetener, it's generally honey. And that's usually on like bread for like pre-workout. I eat a lot of lean proteins, and I eat a lot of like potatoes, a lot of rice. And I drink a lot of milk. So like a gallon of milk a day. So, but all right, guys, it is that time. It is that time for me. I am going to go handle some stuff I got to handle, and then we'll be back on tomorrow. I'll probably make a couple other videos today, so keep an eye out. Subscribe if you want to see those. I post shorts all throughout the day, separate to the lives. Milk has sugar, but not added sugar, Eric. Added sugar and sugar are two different things. I don't spend much time cooking personally, G-Lock. I do sometimes cook my breakfast, but my wife generally cooks most of my meals. So. Yeah, I'll eat sugars, natural sugars. I have fruit, like I had a banana before the workout. What's up, Martin? We're just about to close up, Martin. We're just about to close up, actually. What's up, Jay? We're closing up for the day. I got to get some stuff done. I tried to stream a little longer than usual, but I will see you guys tomorrow.